We're live. Live. Don't shoot the messenger, by the way. I had a excuse me, that's a bit too much glare on that. I had a very different video planned. I actually recorded the video, all to do with Benrahma signing and how it was going to work out and how he was going to be in the team. Literally, I was just about to press proceed on it, and then my phone just started buzzing. There's loads of messages on the phone, loads of Twitter messages, loads of things all over the place saying that Benrahma has failed his medical. Now, the rumour, it appears that the rumour has come from Darren Lewis in the Daily Mirror, and has been picked up by somebody else. There's a suggestion that Lewis got his rumour from somebody else. What's the rumour? The rumour's that Said Benrahma has failed his West Ham medical, and now that's being repeated out on Talk Sport. So I thought I would I'll jump on and do a live one, because quite frankly, if I record another video now, it'll probably be old in another 10 minutes. So we can all basically try and work out what the hell is going on together. What I would say initially on this is, I can read the comments there. They're going really quick. Good morning to everybody in there. I don't think we can make up that he's failed his medical. So firstly, let's just say that it's not official. We hope it's not official. I got my fingers crossed. I started to get excited about this transfer, as I know many of you were. What I don't think we can do is say he's failed his medical if he hasn't. I just don't think you're legally allowed to do that. That's probably against all manner of FA rules, Premier League rules. It's defamation of character. There's probably some sort of corporate law against doing it, particularly in a multi-million pounds transfer. So I don't think we can suddenly pull the plug and cite the reason being that he's failed his medical. And I certainly don't think you can allow medical professionals to lie and suggest that someone's failed his medical. So the question is, has he failed his medical or hasn't he failed his medical? Are we just all being duped? I'm meant to be out. I'm meant to be out now. I'm meant to be driving around. I've already done a video for today. I was really happy, about his signing. So maybe we're all being duped. Maybe I'm sat in my shed for no reason whatsoever. Maybe you're all in the chat getting all hyped up because maybe someone's just fooled us. There we go. Anyway, this is a very, very strange one. I've got to say, I don't want to believe it. It's typical West Ham for it to happen. I've got to say. This is really odd. I'll take you to where we are with it. So the initial news has come from Darren Lewis. There are suggestions that he has picked it up off of some random tweet from somewhere. We're all sort of waiting on confirmation from people like ex-West Ham United employee, Sean Whetstone, just anybody else. Okay, I've actually got a text here. It is a confirmed failed medical. That's a confirmed failed medical. Excuse me. Let me just reply. Sorry, I'm doing this. I'm winging this. Apparently, we're back in for Joshua. Apparently, we're back in for Joshua King. He's failed his medical, right? So he played a couple of minutes for his country the other night. Here's the conspiracy, right? As I can see it, the conspiracy is, we didn't ever really want him at all. The owner wanted him. The manager didn't want him. And maybe, just maybe, it's got to the end and the manager said, no, we ain't having him. Right? So maybe that's why we're in for Joshua King. I don't know. As I say, you can't lie about someone failing. It's illegal to lie about someone failing their medical. I'm pretty sure about that, 100%. This is a complete and utter mess. I just don't understand why we can't run our club properly. I really don't. It's an absolute mess. Let me read you this anyway. Hold on 2 seconds. Sorry, there's so much going on here. Right. Report. Said Benrahma fails medical. Benrahma was set to be announced at 9 a.m. this morning. Now, I know this because I spoke to somebody this morning and I said, look, I want to do a video about announcing his signing. Can I record it? Can I release? I don't want to look a fool. Is he going to be signed today? And I was told yes. So I had it all ready to go. And it's got to whatever the time is now, got to 12 o'clock. I'm thinking, well, when's this going to happen? When can I put the video up? Obviously, so something's clearly gone wrong. So that was meant to be at 9 o'clock. It says the announcement was pulled at the last minute. Darren Lewis is a journalist for the Mirror. Now, Lewis knows Sullivan quite well, or he certainly has a lot of links with him. So I guess it hasn't come from a tweet. And actually, the source from the Mirror has come from Brentford. What is strange, and here's what I do find strange, is that it's been reported that the deal is now in jeopardy. Why would the deal be in jeopardy? Surely if he's failed his medical, the deal is off, right? It's just off. Because you're not going to sort of what you're going to do? Then go and renegotiate with Brentford and say, "Oh, look, he's got a bit of a dicky ankle. We'll give you a tenner now." Well, I don't understand. I don't understand. Surely it is just off. I'll tell you something. What I do think now, though, is that if we are now in for Joshua King, then they're going to pull our pants down, Bournemouth, aren't they? I mean, they just would, wouldn't they? They would turn around and say, that 13 million we were discussing, yeah, that's now 20 because we know you've got it. Very, very odd. Very odd. As I say, for me, the suspicion is we never wanted him anyway. Moyes didn't. Sullivan did. My only reticence about saying that this is some conspiracy is you can't. Basically, West Ham, the medical was done at a medical centre. West Ham can't force medics and doctors to lie. It just can't happen. So I just want to put that to bed. If he's failed a medical, then he will have failed a medical. I do wonder if the medical was too strict. But this is West Ham. How can a West Ham medical be too strict? Andy Carroll got a job at West Ham, for goodness sake. Jack Wilshere passed a medical, and he spent most of the last 2.5 years or whatever it is injured. Very, very odd. Let's just give this a little refresh. Just see if the see if any more of the news is coming out here. Sorry, it's going absolutely mad. Everything. Hold on. So I've got something here saying medical issues mean the value of the Benrahma deal is being renegotiated, which is what I just said. Second medical taking place. There's still a desire for the deal to be completed. This is going to go on all day. Oh, Jim White's waded in. Here we go. West Ham are still going. They're going to go still try and sign Benrahma. There's a massive desire on all sides to get the deal done. You can actually imagine Jim White saying that, can't you? This is weird. This is weird. What is wrong with West Ham? What is wrong with him? There we go. Now TalkSport are saying, Dilton has just let me know. Thank you, Dilton. TalkSport are having further tests after a failed medical. What is it? Hold on. Adam Williams has messaged me. Let's see what Adam's saying here. He says, disclosure. If you disclose that a player has certain issues before a medical, they can pass it. It's fine. If you fail to disclose, okay, I understand that. Doesn't mean the transfer still won't go ahead. Right. So I think what Adam is saying there is if Benrahma had a thigh issue, if before going into it, they turned around and said, okay, he's got a bit of a dodgy thigh at the moment, the medical will flag that up. That's fine. If he had a dodgy thigh, didn't say anything, and the medical picks up that he had a dodgy thigh, he fails the medical. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Not your fault, Adam, by the way. I don't want to shoot the messenger there. Absolutely crazy. Dodgy ticker. I mean, can't be the case, can it? Jamie Smith is saying that X has said that there's a few contractual issues, should be okay. But I'm telling you now, I've got a message on my phone from someone. And it says, confirmed, failed, sorry, I don't want you to see reflection in my glasses. Confirmed, failed medical, back in for King. What do we think about that, folks? Sorry, I've just been trying to read so much. Well, I'm looking at the chat now. Okay, so James, hello, James, mate. Hope you're well. James is saying Gonzo is being retested. Now retested. It's not a COVID, is it? It's not. Lee has said it's probably Sully trying to get the price down. Yeah, it is. It is probably Sully, isn't it? So, something. It's like blemish on his arm, Benrahma. So can we pay 200 quid now, please? James Gunn says they've probably got the swab out. You don't need to worry about that. What Benrahma needs to worry about is when they get the old rubber gloves on and say just one final test. So yeah, this is what we always. This is the West Ham way. This is how we always do these medical examinations. That wasn't a very good mime. Was it really? Neil Turner said he snapped a nail. Look, we've got to laugh at these things. This is as Mark Noon has just said. This is West Ham being West Ham, totally and utterly. If you've just missed the start of the video, I'm sure you haven't. You're all here for the same reason. Said Benrahma has failed a medical. That was the rumour. Since we've been doing the video, that has since been confirmed to me. Apparently, we're back in with Joshua King, but then, apparently we're looking to renegotiate the terms of the deal. Connor does a lot of our graphics on the channel. Connor is saying Benrahma did fail a medical and the club are seeing whether a deal can be rescued before the 5 p.m. deadline. In the meantime, the club are back in for Josh King, who will travel to London. And he said that Sean has said that. And apparently X has now confirmed what we just said 5 minutes ago, that he has, in fact, failed a medical. This is mental. I'm meant to be I'm meant to be driving to Leatherhead. I'm meant to be off it. I had recorded a video celebrating the signing of Said Benrahma. I've actually made it. I've made the video. The video's out. The video I was just about to press publish. And then this happened. I thought, well, I can't publish that video now. That would have been a bit weird if I'd have done that 5 minutes earlier. It would have been me saying, "Yeah, I really like this player. He's going to really do well at West Ham," and then it wouldn't have aged very well. So here we are, chatting in the chat. Everyone's confused. Danny24 has just said X hasn't confirmed anything. Noah said bollocks. He's failed a medical. I don't think that's what he failed on, mate. I think they were probably sound. I just want to reiterate. I must say this. Look, you can't lie, right? But basically, Sullivan can lie. Sullivan can lie, absolutely. What Sullivan can't do is make doctors lie. So if it is official, if he has officially failed a medical and the doctors have done an examination, then it's the truth. It's as simple as that. As much as we might want to think that he's influential enough to do all that. Also, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do it by Premier League rules either. Ryan, hello mate, hope you're well. By the way, I haven't seen you in ages. He said X hasn't tweeted for an hour. Well, this is the funny thing because my phone went silent, so I've been having messages all day about this, and then I sort of wanted to text up, if you come on say I'm all right to release the news now, sort of thing. Nothing. The phone was dead. No one's answering. And he just thought at that point, hold on, something's not quite right here because people like X and people like Sean, they get excited about transfers as well. And when no one's messaging you back, you think, oh my God, something's going on. What are we saying in there? I mean, a lot of people are saying the same thing. How the hell does Wilshere pass a medical? And I don't know. I really don't know. I can only go back to what Adam has messaged me about. Adam Williams, who said that it may be that he's failed on disclosure. So I think in essence, Wilshere can pass a medical because he can disclose at the point of the tests being made that he's had cruciate knee ligament injuries and things like that. Maybe it's that Benrahma did not disclose what's wrong with him. Now, I think we've got to try and differentiate here. We've got to make, well, firstly, let's say we've got to make a signing, haven't we, before the end of the day? We have to make a signing, whether it's Joshua King or Benrahma. I think we've got to differentiate between failing a medical and an injury that makes it prohibitive to sign a player. So between an injury that might be a historical injury but is not too severe, something like a thigh injury or a hamstring or something like that, or something that on medical grounds is a slight worry because it might be a knee injury or something that may well have future implications. So basically, can the player play? Or is the player a crock? I think those are the two most pertinent questions. If the player's a crock, we can't sign him. We've got too much of a history at West Ham of signing players that are injury prone. I don't want the club, if he is genuinely injured and he is likely to break down. There's no way the club should sign him. Look, we have mucked up. I'm sorry to say it. It looks like we mucked up the Sebastian Haller transfer. We spent 40 odd million quid on a player with no idea of how to play him and where to play him. We purchased a player who liked to have two attacking partners, as it were, and we played him up front on his own. We got that wrong. Felipe Anderson, we spent 36 million on this player, and let's be fair, we got it wrong. We can't afford to spend 30 million pound on another player and get it wrong. We can't keep doing that. Man City can. Man City can get a 30 million pound transfer wrong. West Ham can't. So if he is not fit and he's not able to play and is a career-threatening injury, we can't sign him. In fact, if he is not available for this season, we can't sign him. But if it is I say a little shoulder injury. Actually, shoulder injury can be quite tough. But you know what I'm saying? A little niggle, a little injury. That he just hasn't disclosed, and he's fine and he's fit to play, and he's already been playing this season. He played the other night. He played 2 whole minutes for Algeria, I believe. Then we renegotiate and the deal goes through. I understand the cynicism that this is a bargaining tactic by Sullivan, and I quite like the story, actually, to get the price down for Brentford. But as I've got to reiterate, for that to happen, Sullivan would have to convince a load of medics to lie on his behalf, and well, they don't. They don't. Whenever anyone goes into any medical profession, they have an oath, and they just don't do that. And no one's going to risk. You get caught lying as a doctor or a medic, you will never work again. You'll be struck off. No one's going to risk their career just so Sullivan can have his wicked way. So I don't believe that. I do believe he's failed his medical. Let me just give this a little refresh. I mean, there's no way you're going to stop. There's no way you are going to stop the conspiracy theories. Absolutely no way whatsoever. So sorry, listen, if I've missed stuff in the chat. I've been reading off something else. Apparently something's come through on them. Oh, crikey, hold on. I've missed that. This chat's going really fast. I'm not usually as popular. On the road again. Apparently something has come through on the medical results. So the deal is in doubt. The club are trying to see if issue can be resolved. Yes, that's what okay. Apparently that's from X. Yeah, that's sorry. I thought it was from, yeah, we knew that. It's changing. It's changing so quickly. Yes, we knew that 5-10 minutes ago. It just has anything changed since then. Sorry, Ed. Cheers, mate. Well, yeah, okay. James Gunn is not impressed with Joshua King. We should discuss now probably because he's back. He's back on the table. A Norwegian mercenary coming. The guy who's been slagging off Bournemouth for the last 2 months thinks he's better than he is. I mean, the mercenary comment about Joshua King is certainly about the fact that he seems to want 130 grand a week. I think we can all agree he ain't worth it. I just hope the club would not pay him that. For those of you that just joined, because I can see there's people joining all the time, Benrahma's failed his medical. It's since been confirmed. It's not on the official website. They probably wouldn't. Here's as much as we know. He's failed his medical. It's possibly not sort of career-threatening or making the transfer prohibitive. So we're going to try and look to renegotiate it. We are, however, back in for Joshua King, who apparently is travelling to London. I'll tell you what, I live near the M3. That was chock-a-block this morning. He's going to have to come up on the M27, the M3. He won't find that too easy. I hope he's getting I hope David Gold's got his chopper out. Put it that way. Maybe he can, fly him up to London. I think he'll probably have to, quite frankly. This is going to be really interesting. I've got to reiterate, the deadline is 5 p.m. 5 p.m. It's not one of these 11 o'clock ones. We've got to get it done now. Somebody needs to sign. Because I tell you what, I would be look, I don't really mind who we get. All right? My preference initially was Joshua King. I thought he was the Moyes choice. And I think you've got to go with your manager. I don't care. Right? But what you've got to do is get somebody in, because we cannot have gone for all this of selling Diangana to come to this stage now. We really can't. To come to the stage and we get nobody. That is just not acceptable. Right, what we got here? Blimey, you lot are typing quick. You lot type faster than I can read. He has a problem with his knee. Who's saying that? Sorry, Purple Aki saying that. Problem with his knee. Well, problem with his knee is it's an issue. Irish Tommy said, Gonzo, you need to stay on air until 5 p.m. now. I can't. I've got to go. Seaside Hammer says, is Grady available? Yeah, West Brom got a nice winger. Apparently, it costs a little bit less than Benrahma. Oh, my words. Honestly, you Brian Cox said you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. This is absolutely crazy. Okay, X has said it's a knee issue from international duty. So he went on the pitch for 2 minutes and he picked up a knee injury. Is that right? Rose Singh said, I hope he gets his chopper out. Gonzo, why would you say that? Because, I mean, come on. We have all seen David Gold's chopper. He used to get it out on Sky Sports all the time. Gonzo, you're being duped by a fake account. I'm not being duped. I'm all right. I don't know whether to believe it or not to believe it. We're all having a chat about it. Oh, sorry, the tweet was not from X. Oh, sorry, that's the fake account. I thought you meant the injury was a fake account. Okay. So it's a fake ex-employee saying it's a knee injury. This is brilliant. What have we come to as fans that we can't even get any information because there's all these fake accounts everywhere. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Billy Parker says Peter Oddenwingy has just started up his motor. He's on the way. Purple Hat, he says, sorry, Gonzo, I got it wrong. You don't need to apologise, mate. No one knows what's going on. You're just a fella posted on a chat and about a West Ham transfer. None of us know, mate. Really, none of us know. I've just started up this thing to try and get some information. I've read out that I tell you it's not official, it's from the club, but it's as good as you're going to get, right? And it says confirmed failed medical back in for King. That's all that says. All right. But we don't know. We really don't know. I just thought I'd start this up because my old video was irrelevant now, and I thought we could all suffer together, which is nice, isn't it? Ray Wilkins could pass West Ham better. Oh my goodness, Tommy. The issue is understood to relate to blood tests, which have been submitted for reinvestigation. Blood tests? Is that right? Well, obviously we don't know if that's true either. I mean, but blood tests, maybe what's wrong with it? Maybe his blood is broken. What could honestly be wrong with his blood? It's picked up an infection or COVID. Maybe he's got the COVID. Maybe that's it. In which case he'll be all right. I just want to know, is he okay to play? He has hemorrhoids, and so he can't sit on the bench. He's got the old Farmer Giles, hasn't he? Look, is he fit to play? That's all I want to know. I really do. But if he's not, we can't sign him. We cannot sign another injured player. Neil Turner, I'm not reading that out. Okay, James is saying Benrahma wants 40k a week and thinks West Ham's a step up. King wants 100k a week and thinks he deserves Champions League. I'll tell you what, that's a fine old sentence. Was it 2 sentences? But it's a fine comment, James, actually. That is very true. That is very true. George Graham at Arsenal used to say, never sign a player who thinks he's doing you a favour. Never sign a player on the way down. So, basically at the time, But do you know what? You might even look at. I'm not going to mention the Tottenham ones we're playing them. I don't want to curse. I don't know. Let's have a look. Blood types affect COVID impact. What is this? This is the thing. Now everyone's going to know about bloods. It's like when like David Beckham broke his metatarsal. Everyone knew about metatarsals, and then when Brexit happened, everyone suddenly knew about Article 50, and now everyone knows about all the different coronaviruses, and now everyone's going to know about blood types and everything like that. We're going to get it all now. This is what we're going to hear. James Gunn, I can't read out that at all. By the way, and I'm sure David Sullivan, a man of his experience, doesn't need a pump. James, let's just give it a quick old before I love you and leave you, because I'm not staying here till 5 o'clock. I'll tell you what I will say. Dilton has just messaged me and said, are the board trying to be crafty by getting both with one on the cheap? Wouldn't mind both. We'd all have both. As I say, look, Look, okay, look, put yourself in this position. Put yourself in this position, right? Let's just suppose for 1 minute that it's a lie. Let's suppose for a second Sullivan is lying to try and drive the price down, right? Like, so he's made it up. He's made the whole thing up. So Benrahma's not injured at all. He hasn't failed a medical, but Sullivan is lying and he's spreading it out to all these minions in the newspapers and Darren Lewis and this, that, and the other, right? To drive the price down. If that was the case, Benrahma would have to be in on it, wouldn't he? He would. Benrahma would have to be in on the lie. And what's it, Shire Road in hospital? I think they'd have to be in. Basically, the Benrahma and the hospital would have to be lying. I understand the conspiracy theory, but let's be fair, it is more likely that he has failed his medical. But, okay, Connor Matthews says, medicals not technically passed, failed. Virtually every player has issues, so tests are done. Okay, right. I don't know. This is the only, I think the only thing we need to really concern ourselves with is the failed medical failed on a serious issue, or can it be ironed out? I mean, Steve's there saying we tried again. I get it. I get it. You know, I really do. I really do. And we will never know. But if the funds were lodged with Brentford, basically they can't pull out. They can only pull out if it's a failed medical. All right. If he's failed the medical, he's failed the medical. If we're suggesting that he's lied, then he's in a lot of trouble. So the hospital. Hospital gets closed down as well, right? And the doctors get struck off. Benrahma probably loses his registration. I mean, you know, all of these things don't you know? I can't imagine that's the case. Kevin, too many carrots. Do you know? It's because Moyes has seen through it, hasn't he? Basically. James said, I heard he's failed the psychological test. He was told that CNH would leak his family's address if he missed. Okay. I wonder if the... No, actually, I can't say that, can I? I'm not going to say that. If we don't sign Benrahma as a result of medical... No, I agree. I mean, Owen has said if he's failed his medical, we can't pass this one off on the board. Look, there are a lot of sticks to beat the board with, and I'll be doing some of them very, very soon. They get a lot wrong. They really do. But if he's failed a medical, unless we suggested one or two things, that actually on his way into the medical, Sullivan went bang on his leg, which made him injured, or he's somehow managed to coerce the hospital and Benrahma to lie, then he's failed a medical. It's really as simple as that. Where I think this has gone wrong, where this is absolutely terrible, and here's where you can blame the club, why is this coming down to today? If we wanted Benrahma, why wasn't he signed 2 months ago? I mean, surely we could have found out then if he was going to fail a medical or not. Here is the problem with doing these deals right on the last knock-ins, a transfer deadline day, with hours to go. I mean, just, you know, there's less than 5 hours to go. And this is the problem. So whilst I don't think that anyone's lied, I mean, the hospital's lied, I don't think anyone's lied. I don't think you'll get away with you tried, because you can't say we tried, because actually it'll be a case of, well, you may well have tried, but you tried far too late. If you'd have tried a little bit earlier, you would have got the deal done, or at least allowed yourself the opportunity to get a reinforcement in or a replacement. Because now you've got the crazy situation. I'm telling you, I was on the M3 earlier. It's about 2 miles away from me, the M3. I was on the M3 earlier, and the M3 goes from the M25 towards Bournemouth. That's the road you take if you're going to Bournemouth. I'll tell you now, it might have cleared up in the last couple of hours, but if you are trying to drive a motor from Bournemouth to get up to London quickly, you know, particularly on a Friday, that road, by the way, it ain't too clever. It really ain't too clever. That's why I suggested David Gold should get his chopper out and give him a helping hand, Josh King, to get up there, so to speak. Kings. Anyway, so here we go. I'll tell you what it is, because I say people are joining all the time. I'm going to finish very, very shortly. Said Benrahma's failed his medical. Apparently, that's confirmed. The club are trying to renegotiate or trying to get him to do more tests and just to iron out the issues and make sure that the issues that he's failed on are not serious. In the meantime, West Ham United have reopened negotiations with Bournemouth, and Josh King is on his way to London now, I guess, to do a medical. Maybe he fails his medical. Who knows? Absolutely. Gonzo being too logical here. How on earth David Sullivan became a billionaire? I never know. James, he's not really a billionaire. He has assets. He has property assets. We all know how he made his money. But as I say, I'm not prepared, James, to sit here, in all honesty, and accuse a hospital of lying. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to accuse Benrahma of pretending to be injured so he can go along with Sullivan's plan. I ain't gonna do it, James. Honestly, it ain't right. It ain't right, and it doesn't make sense. It is far more sense that actually we're so incompetent that we've left this transfer until the last day for whatever reason, and actually we've not investigated the player properly. He probably is injured or he's got something, and we've not allowed ourselves enough time. That's the incompetence of the club. I'm not suggesting, by the way, that the owners are beyond lying. We know they've lied. They've lied to us. What I'm suggesting is, it's actually not the owner's integrity here. I'm suggesting that a bunch of doctors and Syed Benrahma himself are not prepared to lie on behalf of the owners so as they can have their wicked way, by the way. That's my suggestion on all of this. Phil says we did the same thing with Bowen right at the last minute. It was actually, wasn't it? Absolutely. He says now Kana says now you've had 45 million Algerian subscribers. Can you translate us? I went to Algeria years ago, but the French was a lot of French. I had to speak French when I was in Algeria, if I remember correctly. It's Zidane's from Algeria, isn't he? I think Zinedine Zidane is Algerian, if I'm not much mistaken. We wouldn't mind if Benrahma signed for us and he was as good as Zidane. But I'll tell you what Ollie has just said is only at this club could this happen. Okay, what do we think? Okay, Chris again. I can't deal with this. Chris has said it's a tactic to reduce the transfer fee. I'm going to repeat myself one last time. What's the tactic? And why are a hospital lying on behalf of? Basically, are we saying it's a lie? That's what I'm saying, Chris. How can it be a lie? How can it be a lie? Are we saying that actually Sullivan has paid off, has got a bunch of corrupt medics, and he's managed to persuade Benrahma to do it? That's a bit moon landing-ish for me. I've got to be honest with you on that one. No, we're just useless. That makes us all really crafty and complicated and clever and influential. Sullivan's not influential. He can't convince people to do that. It's left it too late. It's as simple as that. There you go. I can't rally against it. There you go. Even Paul saying it's a tactic to pull out of the deal. I can't. If people have convinced themselves that Sullivan has persuaded a hospital to lie, I cannot. What can you do? You can't. People are going to believe what they want to. People are going to believe what they want to believe. Terrible. I feel sorry for Benrahma. Actually, I feel sorry for Benrahma for getting involved in West Ham on what is a joke. Just a joke club. It's a joke club. Why we would leave it so late, I don't know. Inert says, so Gonzo, if I offered you 10k to do my bathroom, but until the public Geo did it. Well, we have to see. We need to get a second opinion. I'm sure they'll get a second opinion if they want the deal to go through. If I had a suspicion on this, I don't think they need. The thing is, I don't think they need to fail the medical, do they? If actually they just pull the plug, they just don't make the transfer go through. They just don't. It really is as simple as that. And they'll do the we tried thing. If I had a suspicion, it's that David Moyes didn't want him at all in the first place. And actually and maybe Sullivan gets to squeaky bum time and he thinks actually that's an awful lot of money. As I say, it's not £500,000 on Wellington Police stuff. Listen, go and have a look. Canning Townend's just said he had the funniest show for about a couple of hours this morning. Go and check it out on Amazon Prime. Go and check it out on canningtownend.com. And it's called this on Amazon Prime. It's called This Football Sketch Show. I'm absolutely proud as punch to be involved in it, and it's better than this old nonsense that we're all running around dancing to somebody's tune. I don't know whose tune we're dancing to. I'll tell you what though, I'm gonna leave it here because I'm just repeating myself. Anyway, we need to sign somebody by the end of today, and the fallout will be tomorrow. It's going to be some really interesting stories, I think, about what's happened today. I would be interested to know, though, just quickly, Lewis, I'll tell you what's going on, because obviously you just joined. I would be interested to know whether you think we'll end up with Benrahma, King, nobody, or both. That would be interesting. I'm just going to, Lewis Mellon, who said, what's going on, Gonzo? Lewis, I'll just repeat it because there are people that are joined all the time. Said Benrahma has failed a medical at West Ham United. Okay, the deal has not totally fallen through. Apparently, we're looking to do more tests, and that's that. As a backup option, we're now back in for Joshua King of Bournemouth, who is on his way up to London for what I can only assume to be a medical. We get nobody. Hughes says nobody. 100%. We're not getting anyone. Hughes, if that's the case, then it ain't gonna be good. It really ain't gonna be good. Sullivan needs to pull his finger out here, and he needs to get a signing over the line. Otherwise, things are gonna get it's gonna get pretty damn bad for him. Otherwise, he's reliant. Sullivan is being kept afloat by David Moyes' last 2 wins. It is as simple as that. It really is. He's totally reliant on David Moyes to rescue him now, because Sullivan's stock with the fans is so low. You've only got to read the comments here to see what disregard the fans have for David Sullivan. People have such a bad opinion of him. People think that Sullivan is capable of persuading a load of medics and a hospital to lie on his behalf. That's how low esteem he's held. He has to pull out a signing here, because if he doesn't make a signing, and it gets to 5 o'clock and we haven't done it, and we hear that we tried, or no statement, or whatever they say, it doesn't matter what they say. It's going to be absolute mayhem. If that happens, then we go on and lose against Tottenham. It is going to be a very, very unhappy place, the West Ham, the West Ham world, or whatever you want to call it. What Ryan has said is all this last-minute shambles will allow King to bend us over a barrel. I totally agree with that, and not just King. It'll be Bournemouth, and like I'll reiterate what I said earlier, which was Bournemouth will turn around and say, well, that we had agreed 13 million, you mucked us around, and now it's 18 million. And rightly so. I wouldn't blame Bournemouth for doing that, because I guess in that sense we have mucked them around. And I think King will turn around and say, you got no time. What was just said there? You got no time. You give me my 130 grand a week. I'll tell you what, imagine that happening, and then King gets injured. I don't know. Gonzo, go on Sky Sports News Twitter page. Sullivan's just rang Barry Fry live on Sky Sports News. I take it that's a joke, James, by the way. Let's have a little look just before I leave, just so in case I'm not missing anything. In case any news. Yeah, I mean, people are angry, and rightly so. I've got to say, for us to leave it to the last minute like this and then muck it up, it's absolutely ridiculous. No, I can't see anything particularly new. Yeah, I mean, just says here, sadly, Darren Lewis is correct. Benrahma did fail a medical. The club, I'll see whether a deal can be rescued or not before 5 p.m. In the meantime, the club are back in for Josh King, who will travel to London for possible late medical. That's from Sean, by the way. So Gio has typed on the Hammers Chat Twitter. He says, there's been a problem with Benrahma's medical, which means the transfer is unlikely. Apparently, the issue is David Sullivan's heart rate when it came to spending 25 million. Touche. Ex-West Ham United employee, I think it's the real one. Should we look? It is the real one. Has said, out on the road again. I don't. Do you mean Josh King? I'm not sure. Apparently, something has come through on the medical results, so the deal is in doubt. Club are trying to see if the issue can be resolved. whilst moving back in for King. Neither can play in time for Spurs. Okay, well, that's okay. So, right, the other stuff we knew, that I didn't know. Okay, so nobody's available for Spurs now, even if a deal gets done. The deadline has been missed. I don't think that bit is the end of the world, by the way, the deadline being missed. I don't think that's not the end of the world at all. Because I wouldn't want him to play. Whether it was King or Benrahma, everyone's been training. The team are well drilled, particularly if we're going with that naughty 3 at the back or whatever system we were doing. I don't think you're taking Fornals out of the team. I don't think you're taking Bowen out of the team. Antonio has to play up front. The fact that Benrahma or King can't play against Tottenham is not important here at all. I wouldn't pick them myself. I'd put that exact team out and have a right old go at Tottenham Hotspur. That's now Max has thrown that into doubt. He said, "Is Masuaku fit for Sunday?" I don't know. I don't know about any of that. But what I do know is that this. Well, I'm going to go now. But we've left this too late. He clearly has failed his medical. There's no doubt in my mind about that at all. No. I just can't believe that we've left ourselves with no time to allow for anyone to fail a medical. It's almost as if everyone was just so confident that nothing could go wrong. You do this stuff at the start of the transfer window. It's as simple as that. He fails his medical, fine, it's on to the next target. Start of the window, even Eze is still available because he's still at QPR. You've got a good run, you've got a full choice of players, and now, as someone mentioned earlier, we're gonna have our knickers pulled down by Joshua King and Bournemouth, who know we're desperate to sign somebody. Anyway, listen, thank you ever so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I honestly did have another video set up. I was just about to press publish at the start, and then this bad news broke. I'll be back tomorrow. GL will be doing a video tonight. Everyone will have loads and loads of stuff to say. Why are you telling us, Gons? Tell Sullivan the prat. I don't think he listens, mate. I don't think he listens. Although he does know what I think. He does know what I think of him. I do know that. What can I say? I'll go on that note. I will stop telling you, Kirk Oz. I'm going to go. Please do try and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope we sign somebody. I really do. We all do. Not anyone, I don't want like Nigel Quasi back or anything like that. I hope we do sign one of these two players. I hope the deal is favourable for West Ham. I think it's just extremely frustrating. I think we all woke up this morning, a lot of us, with hope today, with hope that we were going to sign a good player. I'd certainly mellowed on my stance with the whole Sullivan and Moyes thing. I thought, okay, I'm going to get behind this signing. I'm going to look forward to watching him play. He looks really tricky, looks really talented. I like Benrahma. I thought, this would be the most skillful player that West Ham have. And whilst I do think he probably has failed a medical, this is not West Ham are not without blame here, not without blame at all. This is a complete and utter mess. West Ham always seem to make a mess of anything. I just think we're so amateurish in the way that we sign players and the way that we run the club. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you've enjoyed any of it at all, even if you're disappointed, ain't my fault. I didn't break his leg and make him fail the medical. Please do stick a thumbs up on the video, share it around, do whatever you've got to do, and we'll be having a lot more chats. I won't be back at 5. Somebody else will. Let's hope it's good news. And thank you for taking a bit of your time out to watch the video. Speak to you soon.